I had dinner with one of my close friends this past weekend. We got a huge T-bone steak, and holy fuck, we have never felt so masculine and so happy. But you know what I found funny? Is that after the dinner, we decided to just go for a walk and to continue to talk about our goals and shit that's been happening in our life. Now, we were like kind of close to the city. Saturday night, and just walking back to our car to go back home, the amount of imbeciles we came across who were our age, if not older, was mind blowing. And we both had this realization and mindset of holy fuck, when you truly look around in the real world, there isn't as much competition as we think there is. We couldn't find one person in good shape. We found everyone intoxicated by alcohol, by the looks of things. Everyone getting ready to go to this club or that bar or this event. Being on the other side of that and having this like new awareness of self-improving felt like we were in a movie cutscene. You know why? Because both of us, including myself strongly, even last year, we would find ourselves in the other side's shoes of going out every weekend, buying club tickets, getting smashed, and trying to get the approval of others or try and attract girls in the most degenerate way possible. That used to be me. I would go out nearly like every second weekend, but at the same time say I'm self-improving and not drinking alcohol. I would get FOMO. I would get all of those emotions you feel right now when you see your friends go out and you want to stay inside and lock in. If I was to give younger Adrian the best piece of wisdom and advice, it'd be that you're really not missing out on much, if not anything. You have to zoom you have to zoom out and truly be logical and think. The people that go to these venues, these clubs every single weekend, why are they going? Are they going to the club because they are so happy with their own life in real reality and the club is just to let off some steam? Or are they going to the club to continue avoiding reality and not be present and to ignore all of the problems that they're going to have to face come Monday morning and be in a worse position to face those problems because of the amount of alcohol they've probably digested? Environment is everything. I'm so glad I have male friends who aren't in that degenerate culture and they're all about improving themselves and trying to become a better version of themselves. Because if I had friends who were going to the club every weekend, I don't blame you, bro. I'd probably get that itch to go with them as well. That's literally what my whole friendship group was like last year or the year before. It's tough. Like, no matter how much advice I give you and say that, oh, yes, everyone at the club is depressed, and by you joining them makes you depressed. No matter everything I say and tell you, you'll probably still go just because your friends are going. But you're wasting time. You're escaping reality. You're being sleep deprived as shit. Yes, you can argue that going to the club improves your social skills and your ability to pick up girls. But does it really? Especially if you're relying on some sort of external substance like alcohol that gives you a fake confidence booster, but in reality, is it a depressant and slows your brain down so you're not as much of an overthinker as you currently are. They're all quick fixes, bro. And the sooner I realized this, the sooner I started to feel better about myself, the sooner I wanted to implement and do more of the good habits because those weren't quick fixes. Those would actually serve me a benefit in the long run. You're probably asking yourself, Adrian, what are the good habits? What should I implement? Because the times I don't go to the club, I'm just left at home doing nothing. And I just check snap maps and check all the stories they've posted, and it just makes me feel invisible, alone, not a priority. You have to ask yourself, bro, those people that are going to the club on a regular basis, they are quite literally ignoring the work that you're meant to do. If you were to just stay home for 1 week and do the work, which I'm about to tell you in this video, 1 week will turn into 2 weeks, which will then turn into 3 weeks, which will then turn into a habit, and then you are going to make it a lifestyle. And before you know it, no, you're not going to be lonely, but you're going to have friends who will want to join you in this new lifestyle and man you've become and turned into. High quality people, and that's what you have to attract, because right now the only reason why you can't attract high quality people is because you're not as high quality as you think you are as of yet. Maybe after some time, but right now, bro, I know you clicked on this video because you think you're lower value. You hate your social circle. You hate being lonely. You can't stay consistent. You can't stay motivated because you're not who you are yet. Habit number 1, meditation. Meditating is something which I used to hear about regularly. And during my phases of going to the club, I knew that I needed alcohol to speak to girls just because I wasn't present or confident in my own skin. My brain had random hundreds of thousands of randoms of thoughts circling around it, which kept me, which pretty much made me unable to speak to the opposite sex just because of how many negative thoughts I had in my own brain. I wasn't controlling them. They were controlling me. But when I started hearing about meditation and how to become more present, and that actually increases your masculine presence and makes you more attractive because you're fully making someone heard and seen while speaking to them. Because I don't have, my brain's kind of organized. I don't have as many negative thoughts as maybe I once did. When I understood that simple aspect of it, that how important presence plays, how big of a role presence plays in self-improvement, I set myself mini goals. And no, I didn't meditate every single day like a monk and become some stoic philosopher just like that. because I still don't really meditate as consistently as I want to. But when I could set myself a goal for just meditate for as little as 5 minutes, you know what that made me feel like? That made me feel like I just accomplished something which I thought was challenging, which I thought was impossible. But I did it. You know what I did the next day? 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. I got to the point of meditating for 10 to 15 minutes for like 5 months straight. Even when I'd go to the sauna, no phone, no distractions, in the sauna, focusing on my breathing, pretty much killing two birds with one stone and meditating. Oh, bless me. It was a game changer. And when I was able to like organize my thoughts, it only made me that much more present behind the camera and present with my friends and trying to convince them to hop on self-improvement and come gym with me because I knew what I was doing was the right action. I wasn't getting these negative thoughts creeping in my brain saying, oh, you're lonely because you're not going to the club. You're missing out. No, 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 no. I was growing. Younger Adrian was dying. I guess your actionable step for this lesson is right now, I want you to pause this video because your actionable step is to meditate for 2 minutes right now. Do you have the attention span? Which I know you probably don't because it's been fried from all of the short form content, TikToks, reels you consume on a regular basis. Your attention span isn't what it once was back like 2 years ago. It's kind of fried and it needs some fixing. Pause this video and just close your eyes and be with your own thoughts for 2 minutes. Don't say you don't have the time. You've spent 13 minutes so far watching this video, so you clearly have free time on your hands. Stop coping. Also, don't say, oh, Adrian, I don't know how to meditate, because that's what I used to say. You want to know what meditating really actually is? It's trying to focus on your breath, and every single time you lose focus of your breath and you get some random thought of maybe some awkward moment that happened in high school, you're thinking about that and then you refocus on your breath, focus on your breath, lose focus, regain focus, focus on your breath, lose focus, regain focus. It's a rep in the gym. It's meant to be difficult. You're meant to get random thoughts. That's the whole point. But as time goes on, you will be more happier under your own skin and be able to just be present in the moment. That's how I become so much more, like I just said, present behind the camera. Because what I'm doing, it feels like I'm committing my most like purposeful act at hand. And I know if younger Adrian had access to this video before going out to the club, he would watch this and say no to his friends and sit in his room like a monk. Because that would allow him to continue to make right decisions, which would almost lead into a snowball. It'd make him more motivated to read books. It'd make him more motivated to go to bed early, to go to the gym tomorrow, to speak to that girl in public, to do all of the right actions and not let anxiety and negative thoughts dictate and control him. So please, click the pause button and your 2 minutes starts now. Habit number 2. You need to reduce the amount of time you are spending on a daily basis on social media. Unless you're posting content, which I highly doubt you are. I used to be hooked on social media. If I can find a screenshot, I used to be on social media for 8 hours a day. Constantly comparing myself to others, constantly see people that are maybe better at me in this, maybe have a better materialistic item than me, anything. It would rinse and give me 10x, 10,000 more negative thoughts just because maybe I was working a shift stocking shelves and I'd pull out my phone and I'd see some other person on the other side of the world in Europe having a holiday. Would it make me feel too good? Would it make me compare? Would it make me feel like I'm missing out? Now, social media is a tool. And I know for you right now, you're probably not using it the right way just because you're watching this type of video. What if I told you my best bit of advice for you to start using social media the right way is to first off, stop using it altogether? You know why? Because you've been comparing yourself for years on end. What makes you think you're going to start posting content just like that? You need to get out of that, get off social media, do a detox, and then come back to it with a new mindset. A mindset that maybe doesn't compare himself as much. Maybe has higher self-worth and feels like he has this burning desire to share something which he's learned. That's what I did. I took a step back from my phone. I stopped messaging all of these group chats. I unfollowed a bunch of people who no longer served a purpose in my life. I did that. And guess what? I did it for like 5 days and then I came back reborn. I came back wanting to share and not constantly caring about so many other people. Right now, it's August here in Melbourne. My 2 sisters, my cousins, I have friends who are in Europe. Do I care? No. Have I seen their stories and pictures? Yes, obviously. But it's whatever. I'm happy right now where I am supposed to be because I know in the future, I will look back in this present moment and say, oh my God, Adrian, how did you know so ahead of time? You made the right choice. I was getting FOMO. At least the younger me would get FOMO. Doesn't exist. And you want to know another funny point? Is that most people treat holidays as an escape. Just how I mentioned at the start of this video, how people treat going to the club as an escape. Now, this is my personal opinion. Again, you have every right to leave a comment down below and say if I'm wrong or not. But what is the purpose of traveling or going on one of these big holidays? It's to grow and get new experiences, obviously. But you want to know what I find funny is that most people go on these big holidays and come back to their hometown as a worser version of themselves. Physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually. They literally come back as a worser version of themselves and cope and make excuses that they have now made memories that will last a lifetime. True? But the time spent on this holiday, were you even present or were you trying to prove something for others? So like comparison. Because maybe you went on this holiday, never meditating in your life, never reading a book, never doing anything, but trying to be a people pleaser. Now, I know this is hard, and if you're getting defensive and if you're getting negative thoughts, it may be because I'm right, but let's just take a big, full masculine breath. And if you did go on a holiday, I'm going to give you the time to speak. What is one thing that you learnt other than go to these beach clubs and get smashed nearly every night? What is one thing that you learnt about yourself? That you hate your current situation back at home? I know you do, because I know on that last day of the holiday, you would want to do anything it would have took to not come back here, because the timer has ended and you're going back to reality. You didn't delay, the way I look at it is you didn't delay gratification. You didn't solve the main problem first. You ignored it in hopes that this holiday would somehow fix it, but it didn't. You ignored it and thinking the club will fix it, but it didn't. You come back and then you check your phone, you continue going on social media, and you see there's people whose lifestyle, not a holiday, but their lifestyle is traveling. They do it regularly with no restrictions, no chains. Because they delayed gratification. They worked on a business. They worked on themselves. They did as much stuff as they could have to then reward themselves. And now, believe it or not, it's their lifestyle. Why can't that be you? Why can't you be the masculine guy who delays gratification, who meditates, who reads, who does all of the right habits to serve his future self? Because you are going to become the guy you're meant to become in a matter of days, weeks, months, years. He's going to arrive and you're going to shake his hand. And I want you to shake his hand knowing you did everything you possibly could have done to create a better lifestyle for yourself, to eradicate FOMO, to not be a people pleaser, to not do stuff for others other than yourself. How? You see everyone else living this crazy lifestyle, which, yeah, okay, maybe some of it is faked and stuff like that. But how? You do everything I've told you to do in all of my YouTube videos. You follow my actionable steps for self-improvement. You go to the gym, you build the physique, which allows you to improve on your discipline trait, your work ethic. Where do you think that's going to translate? Discipline translates in every single area of your life. You start being disciplined with gym, you're probably going to be more disciplined with eating healthy, with going to bed on time, with reading books, with meditating, with even posting content. You yourself could be a content creator just like that. Just when you get the fundamentals down pat. When you become more disciplined, when you start to do what you feel like is right, no matter what anyone else says, that allows you to be more authentic. I look around and I can tell instantly if someone is not authentic or not, purely because of the fact that they're not disciplined. It all links. And when you are your most authentic self and you can share that and be vulnerable behind the camera, people will relate with you. People want to join you. People will be inspired by you because they once felt like how you once felt like. Inspire growth, inspire challenge in others, and that will make you so fulfilled and so purposeful, and there will be no other thing which can give you more happiness. And you want to know what's funny? It still takes discipline for me to sit down in my chair and record videos because maybe I'm not seeing the amount of growth I want to see yet. But I'm going to keep chipping away. I'm going to keep pushing, just like how I did with gym, just like how I did with those meditation sessions, just how I did with reading all of the 50 books I've read. Keep chipping away. Keep going. Don't stop. People go on these holidays, people going to the club. I don't care. Keep going. Just push. Just sprint. Just hustle. Don't give up. And stop saying that, oh, I'm alone, so Adrian, it's lonely, so I had to go out with these friends. Fuck them. They're not present. You are. You are aware of the fact that you don't like hanging out with these people. That's good. You're aware. You've woken up, and I hope this video has helped you waken up to a greater extent. This all started with wanting more from myself. And it ended with still not being satisfied, but being grateful for the growth I've made. And you can do the same. Because I once was that skinny fat, awkward, lonely teenager. I was him. That was my identity. No one gave me respect. No girls could look at me. I was a no one. Until I found self-improvement. I was in the position that you're in right now. Watching these YouTube videos, trying to make it on the other side. I made the jump. And so can you. You just need to continuously search for every single way possible to go outside your comfort zone, which enables and encourages growth. I know your friends or the people that want you to come on this holiday or go to the club with, they're probably going to not like you as of much in the present moment just because you're saying no to them and wanting to focus on yourself. But then I want you to ask yourself, are they truly friends if they can't accept your ability of saying no? Or are they just using you for convenience? And every single time you give them an inconvenience, they might be super mad at you and maybe even cut you off. So I guess the best way to test if your friends are real or not is to search and create as many inconveniences as you can to them. Because there's two ways the friends can handle this. If they want to help and bypass these inconveniences, okay, they're probably pretty loyal and trustworthy. But if they see these inconveniences as barriers and they aren't willing to let you go your own way for growth, and they even give you shit talk, okay, they're probably not the masculine friends you really imagined and thought they were. Think about it. Every single time you want to do something which is outside of your comfort zone, like post content or go to the gym or read a book or not go out, how do your friends truly respond? And if it makes you anxious before doing something which you want to do, but knowing your friends won't like it, you are living in a shell. My friends are so encouraging. I can do whatever I want, like the positive habits, and they just motivate me even further. I want friends like that. I do not want to be the type of guy who gets anxious over making a decision whether or not if his friends will be happy or not. Fuck that. Fuck that. Be a leader. Embody more of the masculine traits, self-worth, discipline, leadership, and you will attract the right people in your life. Because looking back at this past weekend, the people around you in the city, in the club, or wherever, they're not people you want to be with. You want to zoom out because you're not in a dome, you're not in some sort of restriction. All you have is yourself. And the sooner you can realize this and start to do stuff which is good for you and helps others out. And if they're not willing for help, okay, don't need them. Purpose, fulfillment, growth. That's not only what you want, but that's what you need. And the competition has never been easier. Never. Never, 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 never. You think there's so much competition just because of social media. You're seeing all top 1% people on holidays with fancy cars, looking absolutely jacked. That's only 1% of people, bro. It's like a handful. The 99%? Degenerate. Unaware, not present. Not setting goals, have no ambition. I don't want to be part of that. I'm going to do whatever it takes to place myself in the 1%. Because these other people have done it. Why can't I? If something's been proven, I know it's possible. And I'm not going to stop till it happens for myself. That's the type of energy and ambition you need to make it and to be happy. Because I know as a masculine man, which you are, deep down you are, I know when you feel like you're climbing the social hierarchy, when you feel like you're making progress, when you feel like you're becoming more attractive, building more muscle, doing all the right stuff, which you knew was right from the beginning, but other people give you shit for it. I know when you're doing that, you will be able to sleep peacefully at night and never look back. Stop comparing and start competing now. I hope this video has motivated or educated you. I am currently doing one-on-one self-improvement coaching. It will be one of the links in the description. Also, I will leave a link of all of the books that I have read in which helped me become more of a masculine man. I highly encourage you to invest in at least one of them and just take action, bro, because your future self with that education is waiting for you. Other than that, make sure to click the subscribe button and also a little bell icon. It'll kind of like remind you when I do upload these types of videos so you can watch them and educate yourself as soon as humanly possible. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.